Hey, everybody. Good after or good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Please take the time and share this page with anyone. Work with the Masters on YouTube, and we're also obviously on Facebook. Access, what is it? The Masters Access. So please share this. This is going to be a phenomenal evening. So let's get started. I am Dana Wilson. I will be your host for Work with the Masters tonight. We have an exciting evening planned. First, we want to introduce another master, which is Ms. Robin Simpson. I want to bring her on right now.
Good evening.
Hi, Robin. Robin is the CEO of Locks of Excellence, and she also wants to share with you guys her story around Sister Locks. So, Robin, if you could just share with us how you even got acquainted with Sister Locks.
Okay, I'm excited to tell my story,
I'm
and
glad.
how I actually got started with Sister Locks. In my earlier days, I was a want to be cyclist, as in
Okay.
bicyclist,
No way.
and yes, I
Okay.
loved it. And after riding like 50 to 100 miles and taking my helmet off, my hair was like, oh, what is this going to look like? So one of the cyclists introduced me to Sister Lock. She said, hey, maybe you should consider that. She didn't have them for a reason, but
Okay.
she said, maybe you should consider that. And so I went to the site and I looked around and said, let me try that. And maybe that will be something that after riding my bicycle for hours and hours, that when I take my helmet off, of course, we were taking photos and things, that
Right.
my hair wouldn't look like whatever. And
Okay.
so that is what inspired me. I said, hey, I talked to someone about the Sister Lock system, and I said, I can do that. And so that was my beginning.
That is crazy. So what how was you wearing your hair before? Was it just natural? I mean, did you have relaxer? What did you
It's
how was
it's
you
interesting that you should say that. I wore my hair every way possible. I wore braids, I wore afro, I wore it natural. I
Mhm.
had a relaxer. I was every color of blonde that there was, so I did
Okay.
everything to my head.
Listen, that's all right. That's all right. So when you got your sister locks established, it gave you the freedom to look good when you pulled that helmet off.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's good
That
stuff.
was my beginning.
It's so interesting to ask each person their story.
Mhm.
Like who knew you were a cyclist? I had no idea. I had no idea.
Yes, yes. That
So
was my passion. Mhm.
So for those of you who just joined us, we have really been enjoying for the last 2 weeks just sharing Sister Lock stories, and as you can hear from Robin, I mean they're all so interesting, each one of them. So this evening, everybody is here. Everyone that we once talked to about Sister Locks already for the last 2 weeks are joining us. We are so happy to be with you guys. Hold on one second, everyone into the room. Hey, Rosalie.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
Sweetheart. And Denise.
Good evening, everybody.
And Monica.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
Money.
I think we'll have someone also. Marklin will be joining us in a minute as well. Well, listen,
Mhm.
like I said, we've been sharing Sister Lock stories for the last couple of weeks. We are consultants with extensive training experience, and our mission really is to assist consultants and trainees to sharpen their skills. And we do that by ultimately, I mean, obviously, is the goal to support them to get their certification, to attain a certification, to maintain one, and beyond. And we do this through mentorship and coaching, you guys. So we're here to make sure that you know who we are, and then how to access us as well. So I'm gonna just let everybody introduce themselves around the room here, although the room is in all these different locations. So we'll start with you, Miss Rosalie.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Rosalie Matthew. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am the director of Rosalie's Natural Hair Care and Stylistic Cell Academy. And I really enjoy working with students. I'm actually transitioning to do that more full time. I enjoy I don't know, there's some like anticipation of who I'm going to meet in class. And then it becomes this amazing experience with people coming with zero and then ending up feeling really confident about what they're able to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that more.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Miss Robin, we just met you, or the audience just met you, but if
Yes.
you can where you're located and all that good stuff.
Well, of course, I am Robin Simpson, and I am the proprietor of Locks of Excellence Natural Hair Salon, and we are located in Michigan.
Okay.
And we love what we do.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Miss Monica.
So I am Monica Geary, as it says right there. I am also in Michigan, but Robin and I are a little bit distant apart, not too far that we can't reach out and touch one another.
Okay.
Right.
I am the owner, etc., of Cali Locks. I am enjoying every ounce of what we've been able to create here and everything that's going to be happening. And I'm looking forward to working with people who are looking to do a little bit more than the basic stuff that folks are working on. So pushing, striving for the top.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Miss Denise.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Can you hear us?
No, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we lost the volume.
Nothing.
Uh-oh. Okay.
No.
Well, let her work on her mic.
Yeah. Hey.
Pilar, my dear.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, wait a minute.
Still good one, a nice swivel hair.
I know. Go, Ashley.
Yay. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I can hear you now, Denise.
Hey.
Let me bring it up.
Oh, I can hear you now.
No.
Nope.
Well, I have my speaker on. Yeah,
there's a
you think it's a
delay.
volume? Nothing? Okay, so it's on your end, I guess.
Yeah, we can hear you, Denise.
We can hear you now.
Oh, but no, we can't.
It's being tricky, right?
Wonders of technology.
I know.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
All right. Well,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay,
No,
great.
it's on the delay.
On the delay.
Monica, you know sign language. Can you sign for us?
Right.
The sign language, I know. We don't need to share that with everybody. I got the thumbs up and the peace sign. Everything else we don't need to know.
Okay.
How about that, Denise? Try again.
Okay.
No, it's
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you guys can hear me. It's going to get scratchy in the back. Monica, Mark Lee. It's on delay.
Yes, delay.
Hear me? Can you hear me? Still delayed?
Yeah.
Yeah, just carry on with your.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was on Facebook too.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Denise Dixon, and I am.
I can't hear.
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I would say a Jersey peach.
Jersey.
I, originated and lived in New Jersey, and I'm now in Georgia, in Sandy Springs. I'm Jersey, and I have a salon. It's called Denise's Hair Loft. Interest. Yeah, very, very long time, and I'm still enjoying it. And that's the weirdest thing about the whole thing. I thought,
Why does that have to be weird?
you know,
Yeah.
I'll be laying on the island. And you stay in there, and there to help those who are, need a little coaching and want to establish their business and, home in on their techniques. I've always been there for them, and I'm still there for them.
Yay!
Denise.
Okay.
Miss Pilar.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm Pilar, and I am in Baltimore, Maryland. And I am the director of Natural Alternatives in Beauty. And that's what I love. I love giving people alternatives and choices. I love supporting and assisting other consultants. It's just, I don't know, it's just a pleasure. I love what I do. I love my clients. I love serving my clients. And I love assisting consultants with their relationship with their clients as well. And just making sure that people have a high quality of professionalism in their work is something that I'm really devoted to.
Perfect.
Hey, Tonette.
Hey, Tonette. So I am Dana Wilson. I am out of Hopewell, Virginia. I am the director and CEO of Hair Cares Inc. And I too, of course, enjoy the mentorship and coaching. It gives me so much pleasure to help people simplify things, because sometimes when you get started, you are overwhelmed with not only learning the technique, but how to set up that business. And I did everything wrong, so I can help you do it right. I can help you. You don't have to, hit those bumps in the road like I did. So, so I'm here to help. Miss Markland, can you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No. We can see you. Beautiful. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Well, she can't hear us, so I just sent her a message to go for it.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. She could go for it. No.
Is she speaking?
No, she also can't see the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
she can't see the
Oh,
chat.
she can't see it.
Oh, no.
You know, technology is a beautiful thing when it works. It's so beautiful when it works. And it always doesn't work at the right time, right?
Okay, she's saying something, but we can't hear her still.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, let's just introduce Dane. You want to just introduce where she is? So for her? Yeah.
Sure. So Markland is the CEO of, I think it's Tame Textured Hair. And she is out of Jamaica. And listen, Markland is passionate about mentorship and coaching. Okay. And everything else that she does. Obviously, she enjoyed the beauty of establishing the Sister Locks because it opens the client's eyes. But as obviously a trainer, she really enjoys making sure people understand the standard and sticking to the standard. So she loves what she does. And hopefully we can get her volume together so that you guys can hear from her throughout the show tonight. But listen, we decided to create this platform so that you guys know who we are and also know how to access us. It's no reason for us to have this extensive experience and you don't know how to reach us. So that's why we created this. And we also want to make sure not only do we all have coaching and mentorship programs, but we also have specialties. So if there is something that you really, really need to hone in on, you'll know who you need to go to, right? And who speaks to you. So Rosalie, if you can share what your specialty is in regards to coaching and mentorship, that would be great.
So what had happened was when I was it was a long time ago, right? Like after certification and your name goes on that website, the clients come out the woodwork, right? And there was a place where I couldn't handle the number of people that were coming. So I was new, because when I started, I had somebody show me the ropes. So I always felt like I didn't know how people did it outside of getting help. So I always wanted to help people, but I didn't have a structure about it. So it was like trial and error, just getting anybody to come in to help. And then when they came to help, I'd be like, yeah, I don't like the way you're doing that. So over time, it has morphed into, especially when I became a trainer, I was trying to make sure that what I did in my space was what was being taught in class. And people were saying I was being a little much, right? But I wanted it to be the same. And so over time, I've seen how to build your Sister Locks business the same format that the class says can be implemented enough for you to be able to quit your job within a year and a half. I've had several students quit their job within that amount of time. And the best ones are the ones that are like, yeah, I'm going to quit in like 2 years. And then 6 months later, they're like, I'm out, right? So it's been really, you attract the same type of people as you. So I was able to, I made a plan to quit my job within 2 years. And then as the people were coming through, I was attracting those people who wanted to quit their jobs. So I was trying to figure out, how can we make this happen even faster for you? And so I think we've got it down to a science by now.
Okay. So you jumpstart folks.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Okay.
We do attract those people, don't we? We really do.
Yeah, you attract the same kind of person as you. So yeah, it's been fun.
Cool. All right. Miss Robin, what's your specialty?
Well, my specialty is the consultation. And I look back on my own journey. And when I initially began, as I told in my story earlier, I just needed a hairstyle to get me through my cycling phase. And so when I did that, one of the ladies in our cycling group introduced me to Sister Locks. I didn't know very much about it. And I had my little mini consultation. But as I began to think about it, and I was like, okay, something's missing. And I really started to think about those who followed me. And I think in order for you to move forward, you need to know where you need to begin and why you are there. And so that is why the consultation is something that's near and dear to my heart, because I need you to know why you're making this decision. I need you to think about it. So I want to offer you some food for thought to make sure that you are making the right decision. There's nothing more disheartening for me than to establish someone's Sister Locks, and then 3 months later, they're wearing a fade. I'm just like sick about it. So I want to make sure that you're making the right decision, and it starts with the consultation.
That's all right. That's good stuff, because that is important.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they've paid you to do the work, right?
It doesn't matter. It's all those hours I spent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, why did you do that? So and I tell myself, maybe, just maybe, I didn't give you enough information, or maybe it wasn't clear to you. So that's why I think it's important. We want to make sure that we are communicating. You understand what the process is, and you understand that it is a lifestyle. It is not just a hairstyle.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Miss Marklin, can you
Hi,
hear me?
sorry.
Yay!
We're glad to have you, Marklin. Please introduce yourself, and then also share with the audience, what is your specialty?
Okay, I'm Markin Williams, a Sister Locks certified consultant with training experience for over 23 years. I really love to stick to the standards, because the standards is what makes it happen from the classroom for the life of the locks on the students' heads. So the little things that people skip over and leave out, I'm like, no. It has to be done. Step 1, step 2, step 3. because when students or clients come and I see their head, I can tell it's that. So that's really my story. Why I'm so passionate about, the standards.
Good
So
stuff. Good stuff.
you can hear me?
Boy, we just caught you.
Yes.
We were sliding in. It started to get a little crunchy, but we caught everything that was necessary, the important bits.
Yes, we heard it. We heard it.
We heard it. We heard it.
Mhm.
She's coming all the way from Jamaica, so
Right.
way to travel.
She's on it. She's on point. She's ready to go. But her voice and the electricity, they're on Jamaican time. They get there when they get there.
All right, Miss Monica.
Oh, my turn. Specialty, is that what we're doing? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm just
your
so happy
specialty.
Marklin's back.
I know.
So repair work. Repairs. And I was listening to each of you prior to me, and what Robin was saying in terms of why consultation is so important is amazingly void in 90% of the people I end up working with. That experience of having a good consultation, not somebody sitting you down and throwing 3 sample locks in your head. That's not what I mean. I mean, absolutely not doing a full consultation. And then when they don't have the proper information, or they didn't actually take the time to pay attention during the consultation, which happens too, right? They leave and don't do that. Bothers me too, because that's money wasted. Because if you decide later on all of the things that you miss, now you got to spend money with somebody like me, and you're like, so I got into repairs for a number of reasons, but several of them have to do with poor communication at the beginning. And so being able to have great consultation and then having the practitioner be well established in their business and know that they're going to actually do that, Rosalie, it's imperative, so that by the time people get to me, whether it's the trainee, mind you, I do training, usually one-on-one. I used to live in a place where I had changed my son's room when he went off to college into a place where people from other countries, et cetera, could come and board with me for a short period of time while they did their training, which I loved doing. Now I'm in a smaller space, so it's just by appointment and per client. So I do a lot of one-on-one, hands-on, so people can really ask the questions they need, work at not necessarily their own pace, but they're not trying to keep up with somebody else. And I really just enjoy allowing people the opportunity to learn that next step of everything that you've finally gotten. How can I do this? What more can I offer my clients? Well, that repair work is major.
It is. It's very detailed, Monica. That's a detail right there.
It enhances your business.
Scalpel, I mean, tool.
That's a detailed game. Thanks, Monica. Denise. Denise. Oh, can we hear her?
No, we can't hear you.
We can't hear Denise.
Oh no.
What? I don't know what's wrong, Denise. I can read lips. Okay, no, you say something real slow.
We have to do this all over again.
I know. Well, Pilar, you go right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Pilar, please share.
All right. So for me, I think my passion is that the beginning of things, the foundation, the establishment. Yeah. Are we? No? Okay. And so it was, I was trained by the lovely and wonderful Celeste. And she's very detail oriented. I'm very detail oriented. And I think what happened over time is I came to find myself being an intermediary between clients and consultants. I would have clients coming to me for second opinions about their establishment and the situation with their locks. And it would be not necessarily a situation where things were done intentionally wrong, but more often a misinterpretation and a misunderstanding of the basics. It's very overwhelming, and parting is an art form. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, it's a skill, but it's also an art because you're trying to do something on a human head, not a square, flat, or a flat surface. And so this is why I've really become attached to that, because if you can set yourself up for success by establishing things beautifully, that minimizes how much repairs you need to do. But it also means that if things change and you need to do repairs, as Monica has focuses on, you are set up to make things move smoothly, because sometimes the hair changes and you need to change things. And if it's set up properly, then there's room for any changes that you need to make. So that's my thing. I want that establishment to be beautiful and appropriate to the client, the individual client's head. It's not cookie cutter. You can't just do the same. It's got to fit with that person's head, their density, the shape of their head, etc. Yeah.
That is so important, Pilar. Especially like my specialty is hair loss. So that is a huge piece. That parting and section is a huge piece when someone is have an area that's low density. You have to know how to part that area. You want to do it in such a way that doesn't expose more of the scalp. We're trying to give the illusion. So it is an art to doing that. So my specialty is hair loss, and that's because I got into hair loss because I was losing my hair. It's just that simple. And so I had clients who also was losing hair for different reasons, and I had to dig deep and figure out what's going on, because obviously it's emotional for everybody. I mean, it's emotional for the client, it's emotional for the consultant. Yes, ma'am.
What have you found in your years of doing this trichology component has been one of the largest, if not the largest, reason for hair loss, particularly amongst Black women?
Stress is a big one.
That's what I would have figured.
Yeah, vitamin deficiencies, fibroids, autoimmune. It's so many things. Hormonal imbalance. The fact that you're taking medication, high blood pressure medication, blood thinners. Anytime you're dealing with the blood, that affects the head, because every follicle on your head has a blood source. So it's so many reasons. It's not one, but I found that stress is huge.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and a lot of times you don't know it until you're like 10 years in, 10 years in. And then you like, or it could be the aftermath of a surgery or traumatic event that you experienced as well. But it's years that go by before you see maybe 30% of what has happened.
Yes.
Right. And so what I do with the consultant is help them identify and be able to see things early, because you're the first line of defense for that person, because a lot of times they can't see what's going on up here. You're the one that's seeing it on a regular basis, and you need not to be afraid to share that with the client and feel like that they're going to blame you about it. You have to find a way to speak to them so that they can go get checked out, because the sooner the better. I mean, with any other kind of illness or situation, you want to grab it right away, like cancer, right? You don't want to be in stage 4.
No.
You'd rather find out at stage 1, right? The same with hair loss. You don't want to go too far, because sometimes it will never come back. So
thank you.
I really like to help. I really encourage consultants to get some kind of hair loss training. Okay, so they can identify it and then steer them in the right direction. So that's my specialty. I also enjoy helping consultants think through how they're going to provide this service, because I've done Sister Locks full-time, part-time, sometime mobile.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I've done it all kinds of ways. And I don't want you to get stuck there if you're
Mhm.
committed to doing it. There
Mhm.
is where there's a will, there is surely a way. And I've done all of it. So I can really help you think that through. So
I was
Awesome.
I was gonna say I think in general, like natural hair in general is emotional, right? But I feel like Sister Lux gives you a solution to like expose some things
mhm,
because as Black women, we spend a lot of time thinking about where we can't go because of our hair, or if we need to do a certain thing, it's got our hair's got to be just so. And when you take off that conversation, you take that conversation off the table. I was like, I was telling someone one day, it's like you love your hair, and then you look around, you're like, I don't like this job.
Yes.
Right? I don't
Yes.
want to be in this situation. Like you didn't realize you were in a situation because you weren't focused on the environment. You were focused on how people see you. And then when Sister Lux takes that off the table because there's no space, you can't enter, right? Then you look at yourself differently and you're like, well, I don't belong in this environment. I gotta
Exactly.
make some changes. So I've had clients, start businesses or change relationships, find relationships. It's such a complete life change that people go through after having that experience.
it's true. That is so true.
I
That's so
love, I was just going to say, I love the support and sometimes the partial sabotage for good reasons of the significant other men, whether it's the sons, the brothers, the uncles, and the husband type of people who
Mhm.
snatch your moisture treatment when you got to keep buying. Where's my shampoo? I got an appointment tomorrow. Oh, and I love those stories. I get ladies who come in here who are just livid. I need some more product. I'm thinking, oh my God, what happened? My husband. And I was like, oh, okay, here, take two.
That's so funny because 20 plus years ago when I was establishing Sister Life, I enjoyed the fact that the men at the time for my clients were so excited to bring them to their appointment and excited to
Yes.
pay for the service. And they
Mhm.
said, well, you just don't know. I can take my wife out now. Like we can be spontaneous now.
Yes.
We don't, because before it was either I need to get my hair done or I just got my hair done.
Right.
It was one or the other. I either just got my hair done. I can't go out here in this rain or this humidity
Right.
or whatever, right?
And
I
don't
don't
touch it.
mess up
Don't
my
touch
hair.
it. Don't make me sweat in it. Don't. Yes.
Mhm.
Or I can't go. I don't have my hair done.
Right.
So I've had people, significant others, like when the appointment, let me make sure I put it on the calendar. I will bring her or him here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
That's one of the reasons for me getting
Yeah.
back to Robin's statement, pre-education.
Yes.
Pre-education is major because you've got those other people in your life who need also to have some aspect of consultation and buy-in so that your process is a wonderful experience for everybody involved.
Right.
Mhm.
And you can find that they'll end up being the greatest advocate.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
you have to have the talk,
Yeah.
with the spouse or the
Yes.
son about, well, I know that you think Sister Locks is wonderful, but you just can't stop people in the grocery store.
Mhm.
And hand them the card.
Consider
My
Sister.
wife, my wife does hair.
Yeah,
Right.
The other thing I think is interesting that, when you establish a client, that may be a future consultant,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to do the right thing by doing a great effective consultation, a great effective foundation, right? Appropriate foundation to the establishment and running a business well, because when they come in the classroom, they're taking notes on what happened, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they share all of their experience. Either that
Yeah.
or you just see them crying over in the corner and you got to go find out what
What
happened.
happened? Yeah.
You
That's
see
right.
what Tonette said. Now they can run their hands through it, and we don't say, "Don't touch my hand."
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right. Run it,
Ready?
run it,
Ready?
run it.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You look
That's
like
right.
an idiot when
I like being able to walk in the rain. I'm gonna be honest,
right.
and not
Oh,
have to run. I mean, like I can if I don't want to be wet, my clothes wet, but it's not the hair that I'm worried about.
I love the.
I love
I'm a
being
beach girl. I'm a beach girl.
Yeah.
I
all
love
day.
being able to tell my clients that exercise that we will not do
Yes.
anything that is going to interfere with you choosing health. Your health is a priority. So
Yes.
however we manage your locks, we're going to work around your lifestyle, your physical activity, and your health needs, because so many times people had to feel that they needed to not swim, not work out, all of
Yeah,
these
so
things,
limiting.
not
Yeah.
be healthy
Yeah.
because their hair had to be a certain way. That
Not learn to swim. That
Yeah.
was a big. There's so many of my clients who have decided to take swim classes with their children,
Right.
and I think that's amazing. I love that.
So as a consultant, you want to do continued education because you want to be able to share, like we're doing here, share with your your clients all of these things. You want a well-educated client. And to have a well-educated client, you need to be a well-educated consultant. It's just that simple. It's
It's
just that
real.
simple. Yeah, yeah. So we just really wanted to make sure that you guys knew who we are and how to find us, right? And I think we have scrolling on the bottom of the screen our YouTube channel, and then also our Facebook page, and then we'll also have scrolling down our website. So if you're interested in being mentored or coached, we all offer I guess, every aspect of coaching, but then we all have specific specialties. So please, you go to that website and you'll be able to click on that person's link and find out how to get in touch with them.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
think we're let people know that we're in our collaboration. We have some new ideas and things in the burner, on the back burner, but there'll be more.
Oh, we have plenty more that we're going to be sharing with you guys. We have enjoyed this being on this platform, you guys. We have really enjoyed, and we enjoy collaborating with each other, right? Because we've all kind of trained with one another. Some have and some haven't, but we all have known each other or of each other for years now, right? So it's cool to hang out and chit chat and really make sure that we give you guys the best of us.
And one thing I'm enjoying as well is the like
Monica.
Looney Tunes, yeah.
I'm enjoying like when we used to co-train. I used to enjoy seeing how people did different things, and I would come and implement it. And the stylist would be like, "Oh my gosh, she's coming from class.
We coming with some
change
more
stuff." But it was so inspiring to be around other people, seeing how you implement the same information into your business, and it's very uplifting. So I've enjoyed that level of working together.
So I know we couldn't hear Denise, but I know Denise's specialty is tool application. So she is the bomb.com with those tools. Tools of the trade. So that is her specialty, you guys. So if you need help with finger positioning and how to use the tool, she's the one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it has been a pleasure, you guys, working with you guys. We have LaDonna on here. She says she's interested. Well, if you're interested, go to the website, my dear.
Check it out.
Cool. So anybody have anybody have a cool story to share in regards to mentorship and coaching? It's like some results that you've seen after some of your coaching. Well, everybody don't raise their hand.
Right,
really. Give me something.
A lovely person that reached out to me for some mentoring. She had taken the class and she felt like she had a pretty good understanding of things, and was very excited and basically wanted me to assist her. She worked her way through her qualifying heads, and then she sent me some photos of one of the heads that she did. And it was, for me to mark up, give my thoughts and my comments. And so I had extensive notes all over, and she's like, whoa, oh my gosh, oh, this is serious, oh my gosh. And she's like, I don't think this is for me. I don't think I can do this. And I said, lady, you just come over, we're going to spend some time together, one-on-one, show you some things. So we worked through her issues, and she was like, and with explanations to help her understand the why, because knowing the what, if you don't know the why, then you can't translate it to another situation. Because humans aren't identical, right? So that was amazing. So to have her just tell me how to see the light come on in her eyes, and to have that see that feeling of I can do this, when she was really thinking, oh, I'm just going to give up. It was just great to see. And enjoying our ongoing support and mentorship that we're doing with each other. It's great.
Coaching is huge for anything you're up to in life. I mean, truly. I mean, everybody has. I mean, Michael Jordan had a coach. I mean, LeBron James has. Everybody has a coach, because there's certain things that you can't see in yourself or what you're doing. So having a coach and a mentor to be able to identify and give you feedback on your technique or your approach is invaluable. Truly.
And not let you quit.
Right.
That part.
That's huge, because we all set out to do a lot of different things, right? I'm gonna take this class, and then you get there, you get kind of overwhelmed with all the information. You get back home, you're like, yeah, right.
That's 4 days. That's 4 days of major life-changing information. Especially if you're not a hair person,
right?
You get all that junk. It's massive, and to have people like the rest of you all, etc., who are able and willing to translate the information into words that they can understand.
Right.
One of the most difficult things for me is, as you all know, sometimes I don't do a whole lot of butterfly and roses conversation. So what happens is you're in a vulnerable place as a trainee, and you're feeling some kind of way. And then I say, okay, I understand. Now this is what I need for you to do. And all you hear is, instead of she's just getting me, she's seeing past what my emotions are right now. And a lot of times that's what trainees do. I know that's one of the things that I did. Some of the things that, as I was working toward my certification, I didn't have the wherewithal to kind of parcel out my emotion at that point. And one of the people who was working with me said, okay, you're feeling some kind of way right now. And I wanted to say, hell, I'm feeling some kind of way. But what she said was, what I need for you to do is remember that what you're feeling is not what you're doing and what you're going to be doing. So let whatever you're feeling ride its little wave, and don't make it a big massive one. We're not looking for tsunamis. Give it a few minutes and then set it aside so that you can do the good work. And I think that made all of the difference for me, because thinking past my drama in the moment has helped toward the success of today.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
I want to, so one of my this past year has been a very life-changing experience for me, because this is, each year I make some changes, and each year I become more and more aware of myself. And I never really used to, I don't know, Monica, if you remember this experience, but I never used to really care about the person. Like, you came to learn something, learn it, and let's go, right?
Yes.
So there was a student who came to class and said, it was like the third day of class, and she said she was quitting. She came all the way. So this was my thought process.
I remember her.
Right? You drove all the way to class to tell us you're quitting. Like, why didn't you just stay home then? That's what I was thinking.
She almost said that, though.
I said, so, like, it just didn't make any sense to me, right? You paid money. You're coming to get this thing, like. So in thinking that I was improving on myself, right? The next class, I decided that when I was introducing myself, I was going to be like, nobody invited you here, so you better get what you came to get. And the trainer had to snatch me again, like, what's wrong with you?
See, this is the beauty of where CTAs start and then hopefully where they can end up, because what you bring a lot of times with you is the drive, the knowledge. You got this, you know, the initiative, and you're going to help people and you need to let them know. And then the humility kicks you in your ass
all the time.
Hopefully,
all
right?
the time.
Hopefully. And then you can get a little better perspective of the bigger picture.
Yeah,
you are not all that, right?
That's right. That's right. So this past year has been a really eye-opening experience for just how much growth needs to happen when you're working with students to get them to a certain place. I've become more aware about the way you say things and how you motivate people, how you even like pay attention to, they might not say some things are going on, but some things are going on. So the most recent trainee that I have, she was so reserved and so like, I don't know if I'm going to get this, but she needed to get it. Like, you know, back there in the deep down areas, she needed to get it. But the stuff was so, whatever was going on was so overwhelming. It took all she had just to come and work on the mannequin. So, but now that was like 6 months ago, she's in her own space, right? Doing her own clients with her own clientele. And it's like, wow, look how far someone can go in that short amount of time. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's so funny you shared that story, Rosalie, because not too long ago I had a trainee who didn't show up to class, and maybe a half an hour went by, she didn't show. I said, okay, people be late, you know, but an hour and a half, I said, this doesn't seem right. So I stepped out to give her a call, and she wasn't answering. I text. I said, what's going on? Is there an emergency? Because I'm concerned about your life at this point, you know. But so she texted me. She said, I'm giving up. I'm not coming. I said, oh, no. So I called her on the phone. I said, no, ma'am, not on my watch. That's not how it works. She came from, I don't know how far away, and she spent her money. I said, no, I'll see you in a few minutes. Get here. And she showed. What I was explaining to her, I said, when you're teaching a child how to tie their shoe, will you let them give it up? You're not, because they have to tie the shoe. So let's just do step by step, relax. This is a new skill. You're not going to get it just like that. It takes practice. You're not going to let a kid give up, and I'm not going to let you give up. That's not how this works. When she came back, she did great. And obviously she was so thankful, but I was so thankful that she was willing to be coached as well, right? Because you have to have a listener for that as well. I knew when she answered the phone that she wanted to do it.
But that's the thing, like everybody comes to class, they want it, right? They just didn't realize what was involved. And then you have to kind of take off the
rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, because you can do it, right? It's not rocket science, like it's the step by step. So you get the step by step. I think, you know, you just have to give yourself the patience to do that.
Yes.
And that's why I like
science, though. Just a little.
Yeah. I like to walk people through how they're going to deliver the service, because some people think because they don't have a salon space, or you know, that, you know, they feel a type of way or insecure about where they providing the service. You can improvise. I mean, it's a way. If there's a will, there's a way to work that out.
And oddly enough, your client, if you are a really genuine, wonderful person, and the service that you provide is true, they'll go wherever.
That's right.
If you're professional and you treat them like you're in a 5-star,
you can be in a warehouse and they will still come.
That's right. And they're going to love you because you're giving them that respect.
That's right.
They step out like they've been in a $5 million salon. And they look like they were in a $5 million salon.
I like the stories of they drive out and there's a gas station right by the salon. So they just make it as far as the gas station and they come out and 5 people are like, oh my gosh, you're here.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Denise, can we hear you now? We want to give you an opportunity to say something before we end. No, we still can't hear. How about you, Mark? No. Okay. Okay. All right.
We
Well,
love them
listen.
both.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
we
love to look
do.
at them.
Yes, we do.
And you, and you, and you, you're gorgeous. Oh,
Listen.
That's good.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Please go to our website if you want to reach out to us. You will see us more and more. This is just the beginning of what we're going to bring to you guys. We'll be back
I don't
here
know.
next. Uh-oh.
No, can't hear me.
keep
I
going.
hear something.
No, it's
Okay.
delayed.
No, keep talking.
going.
Okay. But we'll be back next week with Robin. We're gonna learn more about her Sister Lock story next week, and then just please check back to our Facebook page.
Not
No,
next
no,
week.
This
This week.
This week.
Oh, this week. That's right. It's this week.
Wednesday.
I mean, the days is going together right now, huh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she'll be here this week, actually Wednesday. Today's
Yeah.
Monday.
Yes.
Okay. So we so appreciate you joining us. We know it takes something to walk away from your families for a minute just to tune in. So we so appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.